Welcome, friends, to this full moon in Aquarius channeled reading. Oh my goodness. All right. So much is being illuminated through this full moon. We have risen. I keep hearing we have risen. The divine masculine is here. Oh, there is a message from the divine masculine right off the bat. So I'm going to let it come through. I'm with you. I know that it's been hard, and I know that you've done so much for me, and I just want you to know that I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and I'm ready to come into the physical. I'm ready for this union to take form in physical manifestation. You've been so strong, and you've helped me through so much. I appreciate all that you've done for me. I know that once we come into physical, everything is going to change. Everything is coming into balance. We are sent here for a higher purpose, and together we will rise. Thank you. Thank you for your words. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your protection in the spiritual, in the astral spaces and places and times. I'm ready. I'm ready. Whew. Okay, wow. So I was not expecting that. The divine masculine coming through with a message for the divine feminine. Oh, and I'm going to get emotional. This feels like this is not only the masculines that were, I'm hearing like not yet in physical union with their partners, but this is also, oh man, okay, I'm getting emotional. This is also the masculines that are stepping up in these union upgrades and are fully taking the lead and control and ready to move forward and create an entirely new life for family, for union, for love, for community. Wow, y'all, the masculine really has risen, and it's time for the feminine to embrace it, to nourish themselves, to put a little bit more love and rest into your being, welcome play, and be open and ready for things to change rapidly. There are rapid changes coming in with this full moon, and y'all, I feel like this is just the beginning. I spoke with a star sister recently, and wow, the energy is, we feel like it's about to pop off. There's going to be so many activations and accelerations coming through the obviously now through the 8-8 portal, and then through the 9-9 portal as well, and some big shifts I'm hearing by mid-September. Wow. Okay, they never give me time, so I was a little deceptive, like, is this for real, spirit? And I keep hearing yes, mid-September things are going to change, so be prepared. There are big shifts coming. There's a balancing out that's happening right now in all realms. They're telling me in all realms, not just in earth realm. So the ripple effect of the work that we've been doing here in earth realm, they're showing me like this explosion of love that's happened here in earth realm, and it's just gone out, and it's like this big, I guess the only way that I can really physically explain it is this big like love bomb that is moving out into the ethers and through the multiverse, and whew, so much gratitude coming in from the higher realms. Y'all, we really have risen. We are in that next level. And wow, get ready, because things are gonna start to take flight. I feel like wings opening up. It's so, the energy is expansive beyond measure. Definitely something that, and I know they've said this a couple times recently, but the human mind before and where it was couldn't fathom where we are going, where we are growing, where we are accelerating and rising into. So, all right, there's a lot going on here on the table, I know, but we have the Beyond Lemuria that wanted to be here with us, and it is the Rise from the Ashes. We have the Isis deck that also wanted to be here with us, and this is the Shedding Fear, completely letting go of fear and rising in power. And then again, the Phoenix. So I feel like this is all, you know, it all comes into union. We are rising from the ashes. We are the Phoenix that is spreading the wings, and it's like I'm hearing nothing can stop us now. That's coincidentally, that's mine and my husband's song, Nothing Can Stop Us Now. It's like there's no holding back. We are fully embracing our authentic selves. We are letting go of all of the lower versions, and also we are not even in the space where we're connecting to the higher versions. We are fully present in this present moment until the next present moment comes. The next present moment comes. All right, so in presence, in love, in joy, in peace, in quietness, in stillness. Yeah, there's so much expansion in the body. I'm feeling like this rush of light coming in and just moving through the body and expanding it outward. And now we are finally, wow, thank you, Spirit. We are finally going to see people with our third eye, with the inner knowing. We're going to see them as who they are, no matter what vibration they're at. And we're going to welcome each other with compassion as we continue to rise and allow others to be on their journey, wherever that may be. All right, let's go ahead, and they're saying go ahead and tap into the piles. So there are 3 piles. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a moment, see which one of those resonates for you. Perhaps it is more than one this time. And they're saying there's so much heightened energy. And y'all, when I was asking the cards who wanted to be in this reading with me, and the cards, they speak to me, the card decks, the cards that came out were all next level activation, transmission type cards. So this is going to be a very heightened experience to be open to this reading. So if you do have to take a break and come back to it, have grace with yourself. There is a lot of higher vibrational energy that is pouring in to help shift things through this full moon. So go ahead and choose your pile, and I will look forward to connecting with you through each of those. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Welcome back to those of you who chose pile number 1. Oh, right away there is an offering that is coming through this full moon. I'm feeling like it is going to be loaded with opportunities, new directions. I'm hearing new directions. So open yourself up to accepting these things that are coming in. And they're telling me specifically accepting, because, you know, when we've when we've been through a lot in our lives and we get to a space where things are starting to give back, and we're in the energy of receiving everything that we've put out for others. Now we're receiving that coming back. I just keep hearing allow it to happen, allow it to happen. It may feel unfamiliar, but it also feels like the energy is super playful and joyful and explorative and fun. So it feels like this full moon is illuminating something sensual and passionate and just opening you up to a whole other level of existence. All right, do we need to turn this over? They said yes, so let's see what she has to say. All right, gracious receptivity. Yes. If there were a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. Spirit wants me to intervene there. This is no longer temporary. We are completely shifting out of those lower vibrations of scarcity and survival, and we are moving into thriving and existing in a higher, much, much higher vibration. Giving and receptivity is a two-way flow. Each allows space for the other. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together, they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listing all that you are grateful for, and notice how full you start to feel. From here, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. Yes, so I've said this before for those of you who have followed me for a while. When we have gratitude for the things that we have in our life, we will have more things to be grateful for. So I feel like this full moon is illuminating that for you. It is they're showing me like a flashback of the journey and how far you've come and what you've done to get here, and how all of those deposits into the universe, the things that you thought you would never get back, whether that was time, space, money, love, attention, all of those things are coming back to you now, because they're telling me there has been forgiveness, there has been a letting go, there has been a surrender, there is a trust in a higher power. And because of this, whew, y'all, what's coming in, amazing, incredible, like I cannot fathom it. And I'm smiling from ear to ear because the energy that is coming through this pile is so vibrant. So let's see what else the full moon will be illuminating for you. All right, shamanic journey. Yes, so filling into your life's purpose. It's knowing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it. And okay, they're saying can you bring that back, Spirit, please? Yeah, they're just saying you've already been through these spaces. You've already been through attunements, and you've seen, like, you've had the vision and you've created it. You've put action forward towards it, and you're listening and surrendering to that higher power. And the horse is the horse coming. The horse moving towards you is prosperity and wealth coming in. And so you see it's like turned here at the full moon, and it feels like it's coming right out here. So big shifts and changes with this full moon. There is I just keep hearing more. Okay, if there's anything else with that, Spirit, please bring it through. boundaries. Okay, so they're telling me like this is the old life. This is the old you. This is the lower self. This is anything they're telling me that you did, that you felt needed forgiveness at one point, whether that be in this lifetime or a former, a previous lifetime. There's been a big shift, and because of that, this whole new world is opening up to you. It's like you've they're telling me you've escaped the matrix. You are no longer tied down by systems of the old paradigm. You are moving into much higher vibrations. It's like once he gets here over this wall, it's a whole new world, and there is no turning back. There's no going back to the spaces and places that kept you confined and held back from who you truly are. All right, we have crown chakra upgrade. All right, they just want me to channel this energy, so I'm going to quiet down and just open up the channel to bring this energy through for the crown upgrade. They're telling me you may feel a little tingling in your head or around your head, almost like butterflies, like a little fluttering. I have this vision, is like you are being crowned in this royal, vibrant purple and white light that is coming down over the crown. Oh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. And this is a shielding from anything that tries to get into your mind, anything before that would keep you trapped in those lower matrices that kept you in the systems. This is a shifting out of that. This crown, this royal crown of light is coming in now to shield and guard against any invasive thought patterns, programs, broadcastings, anything that wants to come in and infect your mind space. It is no longer allowed. Your crown is being upgraded at this point so that nothing and no one can get in your mind and shift your energy. You are stepping into your true divine power, your connection with Creator Source, into fully stepping into oneness with you as the Creator living through you. Accept this gift, accept this invitation to be one with the Creator, to co-create with Spirit. Expand, expand, expand. Opening up now through the back of the heart space. Alrighty, I was not expecting that, but I'm going to leave this because they're telling me there are still codes coming through there, so I will leave that there. Let's see what else wants to come through for you for this full moon. We have the You Are a Badass deck, and it says you need to raise your frequency to match the vibration of the one you want to tune into. All right, and I feel like this is source. This is calling you to step into you as the creator being and really connecting with that space. So connecting with the crown. I guess I'm looking, as I'm doing this, I'm looking at my nails, and it's not a coincidence that there are these colors, these royal colors that are coming in to bathe you in this light and to surround your crown so that no more invasive thoughts can come in. You are free of any of the lower vibrations of the past or lower selves that kept you bound and connected to not connected to, thank you, Spirit, keeping a frequency or a vibration that other lower level vibrations could attach to. You are completely free of that moving forward. Whew. Okay, let's see what else we have. The Stellar Gateway activation. Yes, you are in the space of creation. You are co-creating with Spirit. So allow yourself to feel into these. They're showing me these codes here along the outside of this portal. You, those of you that chose this pile, likely have a connection to ancient Egypt. And there's a lot of Egyptian energy coming through with these pyramids, with these hieroglyphics, with these birds. They're showing me so much galactic. They're saying, and I've heard this before, they're saying ancient Egypt was not a time. People look at it as a time where we've passed that time, and that is not true. They're telling me ancient Egypt is a frequency. It is a frequency that you tune into, and you are coming into that frequency where you are in co-creation with the divine. Whew. So many powerful shifts. Okay, let's see. Adorn the temple. Yes, give grace to your body. Take care of your body. What are you doing that is helping, that is connecting you to your body? Adorn the temple, right? The body is the temple. The body is the home. Our home is in our bodies. Everything that we want from a home, whether that's safety, love, family, it is all within in the body. So adorn your temple. I'm even hearing like this might mean like doing things different. Even my nails, when I went in, I remember my nail lady was like, you really want, 2 here and then 3 here? It's so strange. And then afterwards, it was what I was called to. And afterwards, she's like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful and different. And so adorn your temple. What does that mean? Don't be afraid to stand out. Okay, they're like, redirect the way you said that. Thank you, Spirit. It's time to stand out. Thank you. Cancel clear what I had said before. It is time to stand out. What makes you unique? Be who you are and break free from that system of what people want you to look like, or what you felt you needed to look like to fit in. It's time for you to be in your full authenticity. All right, and the last card here we have is faithfulness. Yes, and they're telling me this is what has brought you to this space. It has been quite the journey, and there has been a lot of darkness and a lot of physical pain. They're telling me that you have pushed through to get here. And then now look at this space. They're showing me like the unions here We have one here. We have one here. It's like moving forward. You're saying this figure here of being alone and being on this journey solo is saying goodbye, right? C'est la vie. And now we're seeing these unions coming together and opening up an entirely new space for ancient new earth to be embodied through the physical body and then into the higher realms. Wow, my goodness. All right, I think that is all. I just want to double check. Did I miss anything, Spirit? No, they just said quiet down for a moment. We're going to connect telepathically. Thank you. If you feel called to share part of your telepathic message, I would love to hear it. If not, I'm sending you so much love. And if this message resonated for you, leave a horse in the comments so I know that the message has been received. Alrighty, thank you all so much. Happy full moon. Welcome back to those of you who chose pile number 2. Oh, and I feel like this full moon is a purge for y'all. It is a full-on letting go, surrendering, forgiving, giving anyone who has siphoned energy from you, returning that energy to sender, taking all of your energy back, filling into wholeness and completion with self, and in a space where you can rise above. So they're showing me here, it's like she is the lotus. She's underneath the waters here. And the waters, they're telling me, yes, connect with the waters. If you can get out into, they're telling me just in nature. It doesn't need to be necessarily with the waters. If you can get into like an ocean, or even just kind of be by a river, they're telling me that the negative ions, of course, will be great for you, but just getting out into Mother Nature is going to help with this purge. They're showing me her hairs here are like connections with all of the energy that has been draining and pulling from you, and now you're just letting it go, letting it like purge out of you all of that energy that's not yours, and then preparing yourself for the rise, the lotus flower, the blossoming, the stepping into your thank you, Spirit, and embodying your next highest self. Okay, do I need to flip this over? Yes. Let's see what it has to say. All right, journey to wholeness. Wow, I cannot make this stuff up. Okay, so love from a sense of wholeness. We may have concepts of others that are not really who they are due to subconscious projections or ideals. We could have the idea that we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal or status. This takes us out of the present and puts conditions on love. Hold the vision that you and others are already perfect. Thus, we can heal through the transformative power of acceptance. Acknowledge the full spectrum and bring any fractured parts back to the present moment. Here, we are whole and empowered to step into the highest, brightest version of ourselves. All right, so yes, it is that purge and the letting people be what they are. This connection, this energy that you've taken on from others, it's because you have a beautiful heart. You are heart-centered, and you have put so much love and kindness and energy into others. And now it's time to let them be on that journey, wherever they need to be, wherever they need to go. Let them go. Let them be. And once you do that and you come back to wholeness with self, and they keep showing me this mudra. So this mudra of, you put your fingers together like you're creating like a little sphere. This is the wholeness mudra. Spend time with this mudra, creating wholeness with self. If you can put on like a frequency or even just a song that is representative of who you are. Songs that come to mind for me are India Ari, I Am Light. There's an affirmation song that is I Am Whole. Look into that, see, like I am hearing goddess energy, just being in your most divine, next highest self, and calling in that wholeness and oneness as you rise. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. Bright heart light. Yes, just as I said, you have a huge heart. You've put so much energy in helping others and being there for others and supporting others. And those, I like to look at those now like little deposits into the universe. As I said that, I turned my head, and for some reason, the music that I have playing, the title came up and it said Goddess Energy. So this is stepping into your goddess energy. It's stepping into eliminating the need to help and support and be there for others, and specifically others who are not ready to help and support and be there for themselves. It's now letting go, letting them be on their journey. You have done everything that you can do, and now you let go with love. You send them love from afar, and you allow them to be on the journey just as you have been on yours. All right, affirmations. Yeah, the I am. So I am affirmations are going to be very powerful for you moving through this. Look at how big that heart is. Everyone else, it's like the solar plexus is a little bit larger, but the heart is huge. Y'all, you have an amazing heart. Those of you that chose this card, it's like you feel things and you see people for who they are as a soul. You're able to cut through the BS, to see through their trauma, to see through their pains, anything that's making them tap into and cycle in lower vibrations. You can see right through that, right into their heart space. And because of that, you've given so much of yourself to help others. And now the help is in letting go. The help is in allowing them to be where they're at on their journey and let them rise on their own. Okay, what else do we have here? Throat chakra. All right, and they're showing me, they're like, look at the throat compared to the heart, right? Like your heart has been so big, but when it comes to speaking your truth or standing up for yourself or setting boundaries, it hasn't been so easy for you because of those things, right? I've experienced this in my own life where there are people where I can see the good in them. I see that they are genuine, good-hearted, loving people that have just been through some really bad situations in their life, and you know, I've given so much grace to people over the years, and now, you know, Spirit's saying, let go, allow them to be. So with this full moon, send their energy back to them so that they too can be whole, right? Because if we're connecting with these energies and they're siphoning energy from us, typically when they siphon the energy from us, they leave those lower vibrational energies with us, right? And for them to come into wholeness, to be able to move forward on their journey, it's important that we send their energy back with love. I had this visualization that I did with a practitioner once, and instead of cutting cords with people, we filled these cords. So it was like each of these cords, you know, like look at her hair here, each of these cords is connected to somebody that you've helped somewhere, somehow, that is siphoning your energy. And now, instead of cutting all of that off, you're going to fill those cords with love. So much love and light. And literally in this, with this practitioner that I was doing this exercise with, we visualized hearts going into these cords and filling them up. And what was really beautiful about this practice is that we weren't cutting off any connections. We were filling it with love. So for them to get through, to match our energy and be in our vibration together, they had to rise in love for self, in forgiveness for self. All of the things that you've already done for you are now what others need to do for themselves. So allow that to happen, and it's time to speak your truth, whatever that means. And sometimes, y'all, I've been hearing this lately, sometimes it's fighting fire with fire. And I don't mean aggressively or in retaliation. I mean, if someone sends you fire, you block it and send whatever they sent you right back to them. Let them feel whatever it is. The other day we were sitting in traffic. It was a 4-way stop. It was our turn to drive through. We started to drive. Another car going the opposite direction decided that they wanted to drive at the same time. The woman threw up her hands, honked the horn, and cussed at us. And I literally put my hand up and blocked her energy from coming at us, and then went on the way. It was like, nope, I'm not taking on your energy. I don't know what you're growing through, but here, this is yours. You take it back, and now you work through that. Because yes, I'm here to help with the raising of the consciousness, but I know from my own journey that my consciousness, right, I was able to rise in my consciousness because of the self-awareness that I came into. It was because I had to see myself where I was at completely. I needed all of that shit that I was putting out to others, I needed it reflected back to me so I could see exactly where I was, and I could push forward and get myself out of it. And they're telling me it's like with an addict, you'll very rarely have a time where you can shift an addict out of their addiction by coming together and telling them how much you love them and support them and you want to be there for them now. An addict is going to have to want to do it for themselves. They can try to do it for others, but in almost every case, when you try to do it for someone else, you're still doing it outside of self, and it will always end up not being what it's supposed to be to get you to rise. So allow them to fill into self and grow through some of the things that you had to grow through to get to where you're at. All right, we have change your beliefs. All right, let's read this here. It says, the moment you have the audacity to start believing in the not yet seen, your reality will begin to shift. All right, they told me to break that down. So what they've been telling me lately, if you've been watching my videos, Seeing is not believing, right? So there are things that you can trust in and not have to see it for it to be reality for you. The following is hugely important, so please pay very close attention. You have to change your thinking first, and then the evidence appears. Our big mistake is that we do it the other way around. I'm going to clear that. Society's big mistake is that they have been taught to do it the other way around. They demand to see the evidence before they believe that it is true, right? The part of that indoctrination is, I'll see it when I believe it, or I'll believe it when I see it. They said that was backwards. I'll believe it when I see it. That was a big affirmation that came through. And now we are shifting out of that. You do not need to see it to fully trust and know that it is truth. Remember, everything that you desire is right here, right now. You just have to shift your perception in order to see it made into creation, right? Made into the physical. So everything that you've ever wanted, it is happening right now on some alternate timeline. And if you want to tap into that, it's all about being in trust and knowing and shifting your perception to know that you absolutely can have what you want. They're reminding me, when I moved out here, I had so many people that told me there's no way that you can afford to live out there. You're not going to like it. You're going to be back. And I knew in my heart that this was my home, that no matter what it took, I would absolutely do everything it takes to stay in my home, because this place makes me feel whole. And it helped me shift through multiple levels of consciousness. So I didn't need someone to tell me or show me the facts or the things that they had. I knew in my heart I had an inner knowing of where I needed to be. And for me, this was it. Okay, and then we have memories of Atlantis, and they're showing me that bright golden ankh here. So connecting with the divine feminine, they're telling me, into the point of creation, knowing that you can absolutely have everything that you want. There's not we're moving out of the energy of scarcity, moving out of the energy of feeling like you can't have certain things. Everything is open, and these things will come in the more you trust in them and know and have that inner knowing that it is truth. Okay, honor the lineage. Honor the lineage. I feel like this is sacred ancestry. This is they're telling me perhaps not the ancestry that you were birthed into in this lifetime, but sacred ancestry. It's connecting with your roots, with the ancient ones, with galactic families, with fae, with all of these other alternative, it could be with animals, with the trees, whatever. Some of us have had many lifetimes. They're reminding me, I had a client once where I had a client whose loved one had transitioned, and when he came through and spoke through me to give them a message, part of what he said was, I was a new soul to the human body. I had spent so much time on earth as a tree, he told me, that as a tree there's connection, there's love, there's, when one tree is hurting, the rest will connect and support them and raise them up. There is a divine connection that runs through the roots of the trees, and this connection that he had in that lifetime, he had a really hard time having that same connection in human form. So for him, spending time in nature completely soothed his soul. And the reason why this is coming through is because some of you have had, you know, ancient lifetimes or multiple lifetimes in different realms. Maybe you were I've had many lifetimes in the ocean, so the ocean brings me so much more comfort than anything else. For some of you, it's the land. For some of you, it's animals, connecting with the animal kingdom, and maybe a specific animal that you're connected with, like a goat or even like a dog or cats. And so connect with your ancient lineage. What is it that you absolutely love? You know, outside of self, like what is it that you connect to? Is it a pet? Is it a space? Is it a time? They're even telling me a time, like maybe you love the roaring 20s and the styles and the things there. Connect with those lineages to help you to call that in during this full moon, so that they can help you move back into your authenticity, your truest, most divine self. All right, and then we have courage. Yeah, there's some big changes. The number 32 adds up to a 5. 5 is all about change. There are some big changes that are coming through. So reconnecting with your roots. And this letting go, y'all, I know it is not an easy thing to do. I've supported many people emotionally, spiritually, and even some physically, financially through the years. And the letting go and allowing people on their journey was probably one of the hardest things that I had to do. And I finally have gotten to a space where I completely understand it. So allow yourself to move through that change. And they're showing me these purple flowers here. I don't believe these are lavender, but I am hearing lavender. So if you feel like you're having some tension or stress specifically in your neck or your upper back with this letting go of all these energies, because sometimes it becomes, we get comfortable with it. I had a client who told me that she was struggling with a lot of weight on her chest, feeling like there was always a lot of weight on her chest, and she had a hard time breathing deeply. And when we did the clearing and I lifted it off of her with her permission, afterwards her energy shifted with me, and she was so upset because she had gotten so comfortable with that weight on her chest that now having it gone was really hard for her to adapt to. So we had to work through some ways for her to adapt and be, you know, in this new vibration. So they're saying connect with your ancient lineage to help you through that, and to soften the anxiety that you may feel through it. Lavender will definitely help. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Until next time, adios. Welcome back to those of you who chose pile number 3. Oh, this full moon is bringing through a purification of the soul, is what I'm hearing. Purification of the soul. So what that means, it means that you may be feeling some they're telling me like some pressure in the head. You may be getting headaches or feeling exhaustion or fatigue in the body. It's because you are growing through a soul upgrade, and the shift that is happening for you is purifying you of everything that was. What was no longer will be. What was no longer will be. There's a new like a new you coming online is what I'm hearing. And they're pointing out this lily here that's open in this high heart space. So it's like the high heart and the throat area are coming on. Oh, they're saying high hearts. My apologies. High hearts, cosmic heart and high heart are opening up, coming online, and I'm hearing the seeds of abundance. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but I feel like it'll open up here through the rest of the reading. So let's flip this over. Trust your inner sense. Sometimes it can be hard to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence and our purest essence. Here we have access to the truth of our being. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is also about not withholding and having deep transparency within yourself. Learn to trust and be absolutely honest with yourself. In your heart of hearts, you hold the answers. Notice the first thoughts you have before you second guess yourself. Listen and honor. Okay, so I feel like those of you you're connected, you're tapped in, you're receiving these downloads, and then there's a brief moment of, did I hear that right? Am I correct? Maybe I need another opinion. I need confirmation. Let me look, search, seek outside of myself. And they're saying, just trust. I know I say just, like it's so easy. I get it, y'all. When you've moved through so much deceit that was brought upon the earth realm, and you've shifted through that and maybe gone down some rabbit holes and found some truths, it becomes, it gets you into a space of not wanting to trust. And so opening yourself up to that, opening up yourself to trust within self, that you have your highest and best interest in mind. Right? And so maybe what I'm hearing for those of you that chose this pile, there may have been times in your life where you did things to self that weren't in your best interest. This could be harming yourself, whether that's through, they're telling me like starvation, like starving yourself, not eating, not nourishing your body the way that it needs to be nourished, overeating, doing too much of something. They're saying like no moderation. It's either not enough or too much, or is something that those of you that chose this pile would have moved through. So for self, it was the alcohol. There was too much, and it was this space that I had to shift through, and the purification of the soul is what's coming in now. It's purifying you so you can rise out of that space, so you can forgive yourself for maybe putting you in some bad situations. I know when I was drinking, I didn't put myself in the best situations, and there were times where I had to call on people to be there for me, and there were times where I felt like I couldn't call on people to be there for me, that I was in too deep. So maybe you've had these times where you felt all alone, or you pushed people away, or you even like something small. They're telling me it's like, you're like, I'm going to go to the gym tonight when I get off of work, and then that doesn't happen. And then the next day you do it again, and then it doesn't happen again. And you start to lose trust in self. And they're saying, bring it back in. Start with something small. Give yourself little steps to move through this and start to trust yourself on a deeper level. Okay, what else is being illuminated through this full moon, please? Wings of light. Becoming something new. Yeah, it's the shift out of the past. It's letting it go, moving forward with acceleration. Like, this movement is fast. It's almost like if it doesn't happen fast, it's not going to happen, is the energy I'm feeling. So it's like, get out, get moving, get out of that space. If there's something that you've been reaching for, and maybe you've been slowing yourself down or trying to figure out a way to make it happen, and it's like, nope, just go, just make it, just do it. You can worry about, cancel, clear, I don't like that word, worry. You can come back to anything that you need to fix, any mistakes that have been made later. But if you are in this space of getting out of those lower vibrational frequencies, they're saying move, get things moving. That's the hardest part, y'all. It's like going to a gym. Typically when people get there, they feel great, they feel good working out, they are nourishing their bodies, whatever that may be. It maybe even just be going on a walk or eating something healthy or getting some sunlight, all these little things. It's like the hardest part is actually doing it. It's that action forward. So they're saying do it fast so that you don't have time to think. If you're like, you know what, I need to get some sun, instead of hanging around and thinking about how you're going to get some sun and when you're going to get some sun, get out into the sun. Even if it's just opening up some windows and letting the sun shine in. They're saying make those moves, make them happen quickly. It needs to move, it needs to happen to get you through this purification. All right, and we have communication. Yeah, I feel like there's some things that were left unsaid. And okay, they're telling me two ways. This can be with self. It's like that, going back to that transparency. This card? I feel like that's coming through from the last card. It was coming through from the last card. Okay, thank you, Spirit. But having transparency with self, like being your, even if you make a mistake, owning up to it, being the one that says like, yeah, I made this mistake, I learned this lesson, and here's, where I'm going, where I'm moving into. It's okay to be in humility. And from that space will bring a beautiful transformation. Butterflies are all about transformation. And the pressure that you may have felt of being in this space of feeling like you couldn't move forward, or there was something holding you back, it's that chrysalis space before you're able to open up your wings and fly. And now it's time to fly. That movement, like that figure is moving quickly through it. So it's like, okay, maybe you don't need things to be perfectly aligned for you to move forward and start taking some action in your life. We have Creator Chakra Gateway. They asked me to just be silent so you can take this in. And I'm hearing oversoul, the layers, right? Like you see the different layers here. And as you rise up, you're going to continue to shed these lower vibrational layers. And they're showing me the light that's coming from within this darkness. And it's the embracing your shadow, right? Like this figurine is a shadow coming up from all of this darkness. It's thank you. They're saying the shadow is the portal. The shadow is the portal. So if you feel like you've been in some deep, dark spaces, they're saying just keep connecting to a higher power. Keep opening up and expanding in that space, and have grace and love and compassion for those lower versions of you, for the shadow that is coming through. Maybe you did some things that you're not proud of. Believe me, I've done things for sure that I'm not proud of. And I've also embraced them and known that without those things, I wouldn't be who and where I am today. So embrace that shadow. Know that it has made you who you are, and that, I can connect with so many people because I've had so many life experiences, and I've made decisions from the shadow, and I've done things in the dark, and I'm able to connect with so many more people because of that, because I've been there. I'm not someone who's telling you to go through the darkness when I myself have not been through it. I have been through plenty of darkness and shadow in this lifetime alone. And they're saying just connect and embrace that space. Okay, you are a badass. Do not waste your precious time giving one single crap about what anybody else thinks of you. Yeah, if that shadow, right? Like if you've done some things that you're not proud of and you're worried about what other people are thinking of you, you are holding yourself back. Let them think whatever they want. Again, this has come through recently. What other people think of me is none of my business, right? I do things because I am connected to spirit. I did things in the dark because I was in a space where I needed to grow through that darkness. And all of that has made me who I am today. So allow yourself to be in your authenticity and care less, if not at all, about what other people think about you is not your business. All right, sacred inner space, the sacral chakra, the point of creation, the sensuality, the tenderness. Yes, they're showing me like this highlight in the sacral space. So maybe the things that you've done that you weren't proud of had to do with creation, with sex, with passion, with the breath. They're telling me the breath. So with speaking your truth, because the sacral and the throat are connected, right? The sacral and the throat are one in the same. Maybe even like they're telling me like an overactive throat chakra where you would let things build up and build up and build up until finally you exploded. And when that explosion came through, whoa, it was next level rage, right? So some things that you had to move through to get you to learn to bring that into balance, to speak your truth authentically in the moment, to not wait for things to build up until it becomes too much. There are a lot of lessons that have been learned through shadow, and just as they said, the shadow is the portal. It's the space that will shift you. It will, I'll be real, it will break you down. It'll take you into the darkness, right? Into the ashes. And then you will have the rebirth and you will rise back up, just as that phoenix. I'm going to put this here. Just as that phoenix shows, it's rising out of that fire. All right. Surrender and trust. Yes. Surrender and trust. Right? If you feel like you're growing through some darkness, or that you're coming back into these spaces and places that once were you and are no longer, surrender and know that it happened for your highest and best interest. It got you to be where you are today. Surrender to that, and things will definitely start to shift. So even maybe they're showing me like the heart opener, like doing some heart openers under the full moon and saying, I let go, I surrender, using that affirmation, I surrender, I let go, I forgive. And the Ho'oponopono mantra just came in. So I apologize, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Something that you can look up online. All right, and then healing in the now. In the now, yes. This journey that you've been on, these it's like the dark forest that you've walked through. You don't have to continue to go through those dark spaces. You can be in the now. You can rise up, and the divine light that is coming through these 4 cards. My goodness, there's so much light coming through, and they're just saying you have it in you. You absolutely have it in you to rise and to embrace who you are. They said bring that one back into the picture too. This is the energy of the phoenix rising in a higher vibration from the Beyond Lemuria deck in the light again. All right. Anything else that we have? They're just like move, get moving, embrace that shadow, love those lower versions of yourself, love the journey that brought you into this space and place and time where you are right now listening to this message. And then rise from that shadow and bring those lessons with you. You don't have to completely let it all burn and let it go. Yes, you can let some of it go, and there are things that you learn that will help others get through what they're growing through as well. And that is what brought me here to help you all, is those dark places and spaces that I have been on my journey, and is the reason I do what I do, so that I can help others get through and rise in love. All right, happy full moon in Aquarius. Until next time, adios.